Hi everybody, it's Adam Abbott here. It's been a while since I did a video on metaphysical stuff. Um, I'd like to talk to you about manifesting, okay? Because the new moon is here and the energy is coming up, and this is the year of the pig in the Chinese calendar, which means abundance and prosperity. So if you're struggling, which most of us are, um, this is the time when we can really turn things around. Okay, there's a few practical guidelines to initiating prosperity in your life, and that is to know that it's already done. First of all, it's already there. Everything is available. The universe is so abundant, overwhelmingly abundant, that there's more than enough. So getting rid of the whole idea that there's not enough is the first step. And that takes faith above reason because of the way things might be showing up for us. So we have to overlook what we see with our eyes, what we smell in our places, whatever it is that's convincing you that you're not prosperous. Let's move beyond the physical, what we see, hear, feel, smell, touch, taste, all of that, and just believe that we're overwhelmingly blessed and that the universe is abundant with more than enough for every single living creature on it. And then there's a second thing we need to do, and that's stop making excuses. Most people that I see that have a problem with prosperity, and this isn't all of them, but many of them, are spending a great deal of energy blaming others and making excuses for why this is happening in their lives. All that energy used to blame others and make excuses, even if they're rightful, blaming others, the minimum wage is too low and all this stuff, which is true. And those are, right ways to, they're not wrong ideas, they're right ideas, but we're giving too much energy to them and wasting too much time with those excuses and with those reasons why we don't have prosperity. All that energy that you use on that can be taken into a creative endeavor, can be directed towards the thoughts of prosperity. Even if it's not directed towards direct actions, it can be directed, that energy can be used towards our thoughts, convincing us all the time that we are prosperous, and we start living in a prosperous manner. So let's see, how do we do that? How do we invite prosperity into our lives and know that there's more than enough all the time, and that these bills are going to get paid, or that they don't matter right now? Sometimes we'll have to do meditation on it, breathing exercises, breathing in and clearing our minds of any of the negative thoughts. There's some really great YouTube videos that subliminally train your mind, as well as they use frequencies that are tuned to the megahertz that are needed for abundance and prosperity. Those are in my playlist under prosperity. So I've allowed users, on YouTube, as well as subscribers. If you're a subscriber, it's probably easier. So click that little red subscribe button down below and make sure that you're signed into YouTube in order to have it available. The creators on YouTube appreciate it when you do subscribe to their channel. It lets YouTube know that they're being watched and that there's people following them. And it gives the creator a little bit more perks and benefits with YouTube to be able to build their channel and do successful marketing with it. So if you look down in my playlists, you'll see playlists about prosperity. And that is other people's channels. Go ahead and listen to them, like them, subscribe to them. They are awesome creators, and they're creating all this wonderful things that I listen to while I'm driving. I put them on, and just instead of using my radio to hear pop tunes and R&B tunes, rap, whatever hip hop is going on the radio, that have all of these commercialized frequencies tuned into them that are actually against our health and well-being. We can listen to these healthy frequencies that are being put out there by YouTube creators for our health, for our prosperity, any subject that you want. There's going to be YouTube videos that are mostly about sound. So you play them in your stereo or on headphones and use it as a sound tool. The video aspect of it isn't important, especially when you're driving. Don't look at your phone. Get this stuff set before you go, and it automatically will be in your Bluetooth in your car, and it'll go off. It'll start playing. If you have to look at your screen and stuff, pull over. Don't even do it at red light, because then you make mistakes starting and stopping and get in accidents. I know I'm 3 years past my last one, and I don't want to do it again. And all the tires and rims I've wrecked, from looking at my phone. No more looking at my phone while I'm driving. So that's a hard one. that can help with your prosperity, because your insurance rates will go down, and you won't have those expensive accidents and mishaps, or damage anybody else, cause somebody on the side of the road to be dead because you had to look at your phone. So that's a little sidebar. I'm getting distracted there. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to do that. And so today is about prosperity. Again, it's the year of the pig in the Chinese calendar, and that means abundance, everybody. You can have it. You can get it. Be confident and know that there's more than enough in the universe for you and for everyone. And give freely and help others that deserve it. Maybe try to get your judgment out of the way. Sometimes the universe will present you little tests. Try to pass them. Doesn't mean you have to go around enabling every person that's making a life of excuses for themselves. There are people like that, and God bless them. You can hear them, but just don't buy into having to feed into their never-ending bottomless pit of need and excuses of why they can't be self-sustaining. Anybody can. Everybody can. I saw a lady with no arms and legs on the boardwalk in Atlantic City playing a keyboard with her tongue for money. So it's kind of hard when you know people that have all their arms and legs that, are destitute all the time for money because of the thought patterns going on that nobody has tried to train them. Well, I tried. They don't want to hear it. They will spend so much energy arguing and fighting against a new idea for prosperity that it's just not worth it. People have to go through what they have to go through and learn the harsh lessons that they get given in order to change, because apparently somebody coming along and just giving them the information and trying to help them doesn't work. So don't waste a lot of time with that. Work in the areas where you can make a difference, which is what you're looking at right now, yourself. You can make a difference with yourself. And I know I can too. And it's very hard to make a difference with anybody else, but you being a good example might speak much louder to them than telling them what they should do. If you want to tell people what they should do, start a YouTube channel. When I tell people, I'm usually talking about what I do and what I would do and what I should do. It's more of a reminder for myself that I feel like by sharing with others, maybe it will help them along their journey and their path too. And I would appreciate if you would share back with me your ideas, your techniques, what you would do. Make a video and give me the link in the comments, or just make some comments that might help other people as well as myself. So you're going to help people. This is a great forum to do it. I love YouTube and the other forms of social media like Facebook. Let's just get our facts straight when it comes to political stuff and stop spreading all this fear mongering. Let's get the things that affect us financially in the government fixed. They need to focus on doing their job right, and we need to stop letting them distract us into all these different topics that they're just using to keep us distracted from fixing the money stuff. Because our government right now is giving away the majority of your money and my money to big corporations, big greedy corporations, to pay all kinds of extra money for things that will benefit this little handful of elite people that run the world. And until we can get our politicians to stop catering to the big money, they're just a corrupt government. And so we need to really be on top of them to change those things that will help us with prosperity. And the number one thing they need to change right now is drug costs and health care. They keep complaining and talking about it as a speaking point, but none of them add one sentence into the Medicare legislation done in '06 for drugs, which is to allow Medicare to negotiate prices. Right now, Medicare is being ripped off with prices that are 10 times higher than anybody else is paying because Congress was bought off by the drug companies when they made that law, and they added a sentence that says Medicare is not allowed to negotiate drug prices. This is an anti-prosperity move for everybody except the drug companies. And they are all corrupt. They actually should be found guilty of treason against the American people for what they did. It's in all the college textbooks, so this isn't a debate here about whether Congress did this or not. They passed the law in '06. They wrote that destructive and corrupt American citizen damaging sentence into the law for the pure prime benefit of the drug companies to overcharge Medicare, the biggest insurance company in our country. Has no negotiating power. So, for instance, here's a very small one. The cheapest drug probably in the world is Synthroid. It's been around since 1938. For people with thyroid problems or have had their thyroid removed for cancer, like I have, the drug costs $8 to go and pay for it out of pocket with cash. Medicare's copayment alone for poor, sick, and elderly and disabled people is $20 because they're having to pay maybe $60 for it. Who knows if the copayment's $20? How much they're being overcharged by the drug companies for the cheapest medicine in the world, which only costs $8. Now, you multiply that with the more expensive meds, and you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars per patient every year that they're just giving away extra that they don't have to because of our politicians, and not one of them have done anything to change it. Neither side. You can't blame the Republicans who actually forced through that legislation because the Democrats came into power right after that, and they were in power for years and they never fixed it. They're all being bought off, and they all need to be warned that these actions are considered the same as a traitor against the American people, and that if they're not careful, they'll be held personally liable for treason. We need to get personal with these people that we've elected. No more shields of office. If you're elected in there to do a job and you do a corrupt act, you need to be held personally accountable and personally liable. So this is how we will help improve prosperity in a whole country right away with one sentence: to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices, period. And maybe get rid of the third-party insurance companies that they make everybody go to administer their prescription drug coverage, instead of doing it direct and cutting out the middleman, which America is doing quite a lot of. They have middlemen everywhere who benefit money, privatizing prisons, getting middlemen involved everywhere for the benefit of, again, a wee handful of people that run the world. It's time to say stop it. It's time to say we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. Let's maintain our positivity, though, and work on ourselves as much as possible. These are just things, if you've got time and you're on social media, write an email, write a letter, make a phone call to your elected representatives to try to get these prosperity actions to be overturned in our government, as well as everything that you can do on a personal level. Give me some ideas of what you do for prosperity. There's 2 or 3 supermarkets around you. Every single one of them puts your favorite items on sale every 2 or 3 weeks. If you rotate around, you'll find all of your items a lot for a lot less money by shopping all 3 stores in your area. That's just a little hint. If you have a lot of prosperity, you don't have to worry about shopping around. But sometimes being conservative with your energy and with your expenditures is a good step towards that prosperity. So other ideas that you have, bring them up. The consciousness and the meditation, subliminal and binaural beats and megahertz frequencies by YouTube creators are the greatest tool ever. I've been using sound tools since I was a teenager. I'm an audio person, a music recorder, songwriter, and producer, and I've always believed in the power of sound and sound waves and frequencies. And they do work. Regardless of all the trouble I've gotten myself in, I've gotten out of it with a lot of help from those things. All right, everybody, I love you. It's time to go. I just wanted to make a short little video to remind you the new moon, the year of the pig. Prosperity is yours. Prosperity is ours. There is no lack. There is only abundance, and there is more than enough. I love you, everybody. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.